And time now for a weekly look at what's taking shape in the world of brands and business. We turn to the man himself, Tony Chapman, host of the Chatter That Matters podcast, and of course, a branding expert. Tony, great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Tony, really nice to see you. So let's start talking about this huge story, Air Canada, the strike impacting thousands and thousands of customers. What do you think the impact will be on the brand of Air Canada?
You know, I'm going to be contrarian to many. I think Air Canada is doing an extraordinary job getting back to business. I mean, nobody wants to strike. Airlines are complex. But everything, I happen to be one of those stranded passengers, and the way they're communicating with me, the way they're offering me free changes, doing anything they can, considering they've got several 100,000 balls in the air, I think they're catching most of them. And I love the fact that I can now go to this mission control center and actually see how this airline is getting back to business. So I know it's easy for us to always attack big business, and there's no question this strike was the sentiment was on the side of the flight attendants. But this is our airline, and I think more often than not, I fly a lot of airlines around the world. I say Air Canada is the best, if not one of the best, in terms of moving people, and when you're on the plane, treating people properly.
Well, it's certainly my choice in terms of turbulence. I haven't had too many turbulent flights on Air Canada. So for a person who fears flying, that's good for me.
I don't know what the stats are that, but I'm glad you fly calmly on it.
Yeah. Okay. Turning to this, Tony. So youth unemployment is at an all-time high. This is very difficult for, our kids, young kids trying to get into the labor force. So what can young people do, but also businesses, to kind of fix this and create more opportunities for young people when it comes to getting a job?
This is such an important topic. We could spend an hour on it. It's actually a crisis, mental health crisis. These kids are facing AI taking away entry-level jobs. A lot of newcomers coming, competing for those jobs. I would argue their education hasn't set them up for the future. And so what happens is they start falling back on their back feet. And the statistics we're seeing is, why would I think about getting married? Why would I even think about having a family, buying a house? All the dreams that kind of pushed us forward and brought that sort of ambition and purpose. What kids have got to do is to realize that even with 16% unemployment, they got to say, I'm better. I'm in the top 84%. I got to start really thinking about going after a job. What am I interested in? What is my purpose? What is my passion? What have I learned? Have I been a camp counselor? Don't just put it down in your resume as a camp counselor. Talk about how you progressed from being somebody that observed the camp to somebody that led a camp. And these are the sort of soft skill sets, that emotional intelligence that people are going to value, because so much of the transactional work will be done for you. It's a question of how do you put the human factor inside it? And that's my advice always to kids, is unlock that heart, unlock the emotion, the empathy and the care, and you'll be your career will move forward with you.
Yeah, it can certainly go a long way. And it's a great skill for these young people to learn and apply while they are applying for jobs. This last talker, Tony, we're talking about orange juice sales down. I think a lot of people saw the headlines on this one and thought immediately, oh, that's the movement, the Buy Canada movement, focus more on our own goods. But there's more to this, why we're seeing that drop in sales.
There is, there's a lot of, for a long time, fat was the enemy number one of your body. But what we realized over time, that wasn't science necessarily telling us the truth. That was a lot of lobbying. And what we're realizing is what white sugar does and natural sugars do to our body, and how we have to be really focused on how much we consume. And there's a lot of sugar in fruits. Not to say you shouldn't have fruit and vegetables, and I'm not a nutrition, but I'm saying that in the public in general, number one is saying, I'm not going to drink as much juice as I used to. And the second thing, obviously, is the cost of juice. Our Canadian dollar is at such a state that anything that we're bringing in this country, tariff or not, is getting very expensive. Our recent inflation numbers is we're roaring far faster in the United States in terms of the price of food. So for all of those reasons and more, things like orange juice now are deemed, I would say, both a luxury and something that I shouldn't drink as much of. And when those two come together, what we do is we see falling sales.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I mean, I think for a glass of juice, it's like 12 oranges you can eat. And they do say those juice boxes with the straws, not great for your kids' teeth as well. So.
And we grew up with that stuff, and it's completely shifted, right? Now, at least with my kids, I'm like, just drink water.
Yeah,
exactly. I grew up with Tang. Tang looked like juice.
Yeah.
Kind of tasted like juice, but really didn't have a lot of juice in it. So, I think it's just, it's the sense of what we're looking is functional food is really a gateway to our health and longevity, years to your life to your years. And so we're getting very focused on that. parents especially are saying, what do I feed my kids so when they go to school, they don't have that sugar crash 10 o'clock in the morning. I think the days of frosted flakes taste great first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Are giving away to something that actually will sort of metabolize inside that child so they have a chance of staying awake and paying attention for the whole day.
Yeah. Okay. For
Look
me,
at me
it's
as a nutritionist. Who would have thought?
Got it all covered for us this morning, Tony.
okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that tequila soda come tomorrow. So that's no sugar. All right.
It
Tony.
always comes back to you now. I think we're gonna.
Tony Chapman, host of the Chatter That
I
Matters
did not give you
podcast.
permission to drink tequila. I just want to go on record. All right.
Not yet,
Have a great
anyway.
day.
All right. We'll see you soon, Tony. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.